How? And welcome to the Halloween episode of the Temple Bar podcast. It's a special day, Philip.
It's a very special
Sorry,
day,
Sam.
Sam. Uncle Sam. So, Jim, just bear with me throughout this episode because I can't breathe in this fucking mask.
Yeah. We're hoping it's picking up the audio that you're coming out with. I would imagine it probably is. Give us a...
2, 2, 2, 2, 2.
Yeah, it looks to be. It looks to be. So, folks, you're very welcome to the Halloween episode of the Temple Bar podcast. Thanks for sticking with us all through these years so far. And we thought we'd dress up today.
Yeah, we give it a bit of a go.
And we had a bit of a duality job going on, would you say?
We are the dualities.
We're the dualities of the United States of America. We are the untouched Aboriginal beginnings of America and the New World Uncle Sam capitalism and progress version of America.
Who's the good one and who's the bad one, Jim?
It depends on your perspective, Philip. That depends on your perspective. Cowboys and Indians. The cowboys are the good ones to the cowboys. The Indians are the good ones to the Indians. And such is life.
But the origins of Halloween, Jim.
The origins of Halloween, yeah, Samhain.
It's Irish.
It's Irish, yeah. There you go. We didn't know for sure. We knew that Halloween was
pagan
in some way, but we found out from ChatGPT, who's never lied to us before.
No,
not knowing. Yeah, they've told us that Samhain or Halloween originated in Ireland
when all the souls came back.
So it's a night where our ancestors believed that the veil between the living and the dead was at its thinnest. So it was a night where the souls of the dead could come back and walk amongst the living. Which, Jesus, again, mushroom season also. But
it is mushroom. It's in the height of mushroom season.
It's the height of mushroom season now, yeah.
For anybody out there who indulges in mushrooms,
Halloween's become what it started as a pagan ritual, as the thinning of the veil between the living and the dead. And now it's about knocking on doors and getting sweets and dressing up as a sexy zombie woman.
Yeah.
And all. So, things evolve as they do. But you could say that we're all playing characters all the time, aren't we, really? We play different roles, and we're dressing up as I'm dressing up as an Indian now, but really my role is Jim, my role is podcast guy, musician, dad, friend, brother, son. These are all roles I play. And they're roles that we get lost in. Like we've said before in the podcast, we're method acting here in this one. But
yeah. I don't know, mother.
I don't know. Yeah, we reckon Ed Gein's going to be a big one this Halloween. Would you say?
Ed Gein, I'd say Ed Gein will probably be the amount of TikTok videos and reels of guys in like bags on their head, with the eyes missing, doing the impressions.
Yeah.
So skin suits will be a big one.
Skin suits will be a big one this year. So come here, don't make your own skin suits. Get it in a costume shop. Not like, don't be going digging like Ed.
Will I tell you actually funny enough about a skin suit? When I was 13, my mum brought me to Medjugorje.
Oh, what's that?
It's like Lourdes, but it's a religious place in Yugoslavia.
All right.
So we went there.
It was near enough to war there. That would have been, no?
Yeah, it was just after it.
Right.
So so we went there, and there was this place called the Schnakel Home, and they had a life-size Jesus on a cross made out of pigskin with blood and all over it. Man, when I think back to it, I was only 13. The scariest fucking thing I've ever seen in my life. They had a full Jesus on the cross made out of pigskin with blood all over him and all, and crown of thorns and everything like that. Oh,
it's mad. That's what I mean. Like things, and that would seem crazy to us, but also in different cultures, everything seems crazy. If you go back to the death episode, which is kind of lines up with Halloween. There's so many different cultures of death there's cultures where they dig the bodies up every few years and redress them and have a party. There's the African lads who dance with the coffins. There's the sky ceremonies where they put the dead out in the field and wait for the animals to eat them.
That's heavy. There's
all sorts of stuff. Well, it's not them anymore. It's just the bodies. It's just the vessels they were inhabiting, or you were inhabiting. I am inhabiting it all the time, yeah. But yeah, it reminded me when you were talking there. I don't know why it reminded me of this, but I saw a podcast clip with Gaza today where he talked about when he was 10 years of age, he was minding a neighbour's son who was 8, and the son got knocked down and killed in front of him while Gaza was supposed to be in there looking after him. He ran out into the road and was killed, and it kind of would explain a lot about Gaza's maybe addictions and how he
I
became.
saw he said he's never going to give up drinking. He said he's going to die Gaza.
Well, I think he's off it now. Like he seemed like he seemed sober, and I think he's off it at the moment. And maybe he's only learning to deal with these traumas and stuff, because I never heard that story out of him before, and I've heard a lot of stories about him even when he was coming off the alcohol and stuff. And it's something to imagine, like as a 10-year-old, where you're given this responsibility and you take it as, I am now in charge. I'm like a grown up, and then to for that responsibility to take that on yourself as that you could have done something to save this kid's life, and obviously you can't. Like, if the kid runs out in front of the road, it is what it is.
And you're 10.
So it just goes to show you how things can shape us and make us the characters that we become. Gaza became the picture of excess, and a bit like George Best was as well. You know, like one of those just.
Will anything beat Gaza's Raoul Moat story?
The Raoul Moat story was a good one, but it's a weird thing, compassion, because I think he knew Raoul Moat from.
No, he met him like twice.
He met him
fishing
at clubs. No, did you not meet him at nightclubs or something? No?
I thought he met him fishing, and then he was in the house. He was taking loads of cocaine, and he saw on the news that it was Raoul Moat, and he was like, "Oh, if I could just go down here and just get him fishing, everything will be fine." Yeah. So he landed down with cans, a bag of coke. He didn't have any money to pay his taxi, and a fishing rod.
I mean, those things would solve a lot of problems, but not Raoul Moat's, unfortunately.
Like, the police were there and all. The next thing, Gaza rocks up off his note with a fishing rod, and they were like, "What the fuck are you doing here?"
The illusion is always surprising us. But yeah, that was a huge story. That was back when, when the news was a big thing, and when stories could become like so centralized. Now things just come and go. Like, all the shows. There's no shows anymore. And I was thinking this the other day. Like Making a Murderer or Tiger King. They became huge. Like, everybody was watching them.
Yeah.
But now there hasn't been a show like that in a long time. There's too much. There's too many different streaming platforms now. Too many different news sources and things going on in the world. So shows get like. People will say, like they'll get a bit of buzz. Like they'll say, like I don't know what's recent, the House of Guinness or something. But that got a buzz for about 2 days, and then I haven't heard anyone say a word about it since.
No, everybody moved almost immediately on to something else that, like, straight after it.
Yeah, that's the way it goes now. It's duality's collapsing. Uncle Sam
drink.
So it's like nothing can be held on to. Things are just getting too hard to attach to these things. Like. And it'll keep going that way, I think, where we're all creating our own little bubbles, and like we talked about last week. Why I think that it doesn't seem positive that everyone so disagrees online and all, but I think the positive part of it is now that people can't be all put into a camp where they are told what to believe. That's the positive side of it. Like, people will make up their own minds now. It's going to be a lot of chaos in the meantime, but people can't be just. They're not just given one source like the Nazis did with their propaganda, or like America, or like every country does. All the big empire countries always use propaganda to get the people on side. But now there's no way that you can centralize that propaganda enough that you'll get everybody on side. And I think that could be a good thing in terms of avoiding big world wars and stuff like that in the future. So, and another part of it is that people don't all get involved with the one TV show now anymore. Like, a lot of people will watch one, will recommend it, but it doesn't get not everybody's watching it. Like, everybody watches the moon landing. You remember, Phil? You remember that, Uncle Sam?
I remember it well. It well.
Everyone watched the moon landing, and like now you won't get as many. Like
No. I think the best one ever is Manchester United's game against Barcelona was moved back a half an hour so everybody could find out who shot Phil Mitchell in EastEnders. They moved a Champions League game a half an hour because of EastEnders.
No, did they?
Swear to God.
When was that?
Oh,
was that when Scholes scored that goal?
Back in the early noughties, I think, or like the late 90s, early noughties.
I don't know.
But so what happened was the whole nation wanted to see who shot Phil Mitchell.
Yeah.
And it was clashing with a Champions League game. So they moved the Champions League game a half an hour. They actually moved the game.
No, I don't remember. That's
so that,
Mandela effect shit.
So they could see who shot Phil Mitchell.
Who shot him?
I don't know. I can't remember. I just know that fact.
Was it Maggie Simpson?
you remember that? Remember Mr. Burns? Yeah, yeah.
Mr. Burns, that was another big one. The who killed or shot Mr. Burns. That all came from the Who Shot JR off Dallas. Remember? That was just a bit before my time. I don't remember that too well, but no, it just goes to show you these things. Like, and it's the same. It was the same with music. What the radio played was what you listened to. Unless you were in a scene, you might hear a band from a scene, but you wouldn't hear like now. You can hear
Anything.
I go through my TikTok every day, and I'm seeing all sorts of people from everywhere doing all sorts of things. So it's like you just have access. So basically, it's becoming more obvious to us that we're creating our own reality. To me, anyway, it's becoming more obvious that what I engage with is what I get back. What I put out is what I get back with the algorithm in terms of music, in terms of whatever. So it's just, to me, this is the duality is collapsing, and it is what it is.
Drink.
But so let's all hop on board the duality train, and let's collapse with it together into our beautiful oneness that we've always been.
Did you like Darren Conway's video on vampires?
Don Conway's video on vampires? What was it?
Darren Conway's.
Oh, Darren Conway's video, yeah, on vampires. That was very good, yeah. Or I was only telling you I was doing a gig the other night, and there was a bellop in the
crowd.
In the crowd, there was a fella. It was I tell you, I couldn't go into some of the stuff he was saying, but it was mad. And he was a great crack for the whole gig. But he just reminded me of Ian Malloy's character, Ian and Conor Malloy's character Bellop. This lad was Bellop would be the caricature of this fella that was in the pub.
We hope to have Bellop on the podcast.
We're hoping to have Bellop on the podcast, yeah. Would you like to see that?
The Bellop verse.
Bellop the bounty hunter. That's who we're looking to get on. That's our dream guest at the minute, would you say?
For me, it's still Lewis Doyle Singer.
Yeah. We'd like to get Lewis Doyle Singer on as well.
No. Bellop is our dream guest, but Lewis Doyle Singer, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He'd be the man to get on. But so hit up Lewis Doyle Singer, tell him to get on the Temple Bar podcast or whatever.
Imagine getting Lewis Doyle Singer and Bellop at the same time.
Well, could you see them both in the same place at the same time?
I've never seen them, but maybe they're the same
No, I
person.
haven't. Have you ever seen Bellop and Lewis Doyle Singer in the same room at the same time? No, you haven't.
I didn't know you were asking me that. What are your Halloween memories, Jim?
My Halloween memories are always black bin bags. There used to be a lot of Halloween games that people don't seem to play anymore. You know, like bobbing for apples, or there used to be an apple on a string and you'd try and...
Sticking your head into it like a thing, taking out money and all. And
yeah. And the Barry and Brack.
All very unhygienic now.
All very unhygienic, yeah, but sure.
Again, you didn't care then?
No, you didn't care. And, you know, if I find it like stuff like if you're OCD about keeping everything clean, you're probably more likely to get infections, you know what I mean? That's kind of how the reality works, and also your immune system has to be given the chance to, like a muscle, to strengthen itself. So I find that people who are ultra like hygienic are usually the people who get sick the most.
But it's probably why like people in, you know, I'm not going to single out any country.
Yeah.
But you know, like where you see people like a lot of street food and things like that. You know?
So the illnesses, and like there's a lot of countries where people drink water that would kill us.
Yeah,
that, you know what I mean. So it just goes to show you nothing's like this is this. It's different for everybody. So, but yeah, Halloween. I remember we used to go trick or treating around the estates. There used to be a lot more apples, a lot more oranges, and a lot more monkey nuts. And there was, you'd have one plastic bag. Now it's a bag for life. Or no, now you get like a specific Halloween bag candy holder of sorts. Yeah, now there's always like a little pumpkin or something.
Well, I remember this is probably our best Halloween ever. We landed at this house trick or treating. We were about 11.
Right.
This boy came out and he goes, "I have no sweets left." He said, "Do you want fireworks?"
Uncle Sam was like, "Don't tread on me."
I looked at him. I'm 11. I was like, yes, I want fireworks. And Bangers. He brought out
Black Cats.
Man, he brought out this Roman candle repeater about this size, right? Like a big
Andy Lee Roman candle.
Just a big Roman candle like this. And we were just getting to the edge of the gate. I obviously had a few fireworks on me and had a lighter. We were just getting to the edge of the gate, and my friends were all in front of me.
Yeah.
And I just lit it, and I just pointed it at them. and you want to see, like I've seen these things go so wrong so many times, but it just was like boom, 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 boom. I was just standing there like a machine gun,
Uncle Sam. Like, I'm just picturing it as Uncle Sam shooting it now,
just blowing all the boys to bits.
Yeah, there was fireworks were it was a lot faster and looser. The health and safety back in the day.
Like we had
The
friends,
black cats that used to light off a matchbox. Remember them? They were
they
lethal.
scrape anywhere.
Sometimes they wouldn't go off. Sometimes they'd go off instantly.
Like there was a friend of ours, and I don't know how he still has his two hands, right? So what he did was he'd light it, and it'd go down and then stop.
Yeah.
And he'd go back over and he'd start ripping round the top of the banger to get back at the fuse to light it again. Like, just
Did you not watch the Hurt Locker?
lighting this much away from gunpowder, just like, and we'd be like, will you stop? Like,
Oh, man. Yeah, that reminds me of a story one time. I was locked, and one of my mates was giving me a lift home, and he asked me to go fill up the car with petrol for him, and I missed the petrol thing and put petrol all over my legs, and I was sitting in the back of the car trying to light a smoke, and it wouldn't light.
no way.
And I was like, and he goes, "Don't! What are you doing?" And I went, and I only like if that had lit, I definitely wouldn't be as pretty as I am now. Anyway, that's for sure. But just it's when you're young, there's so many parts of life where just one thing it could fork one way or another, you know, and you never know.
Man, wait till right, this is wild. But it happens in an instant. I don't know how. But the other day, my whole life nearly changed like this. I'm just crossing Dawson Street, and I just didn't look.
Yeah.
And the Lewis, I heard the ding, 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 ding,
Yeah.
and it missed me head by about that much. I just looked, and it just went like that, and I went, I nearly died.
Yeah. It's a little wake up call for you. A little wake up call for you.
I
From
just
the
stood in
universe.
front of the Lewis, and I was like, just wasn't thinking. I just wasn't present in the moment. And just walked straight out in front of the Lewis, and it just like ding, 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 and I just fucking moved, and I was like, Jesus. I was like, I nearly just got killed by the Lewis.
Yeah. Yeah. That's what I mean. It can happen so quickly. And I was listening to the book I'm reading at the minute was talking about death, and it was like nobody ever experiences death because once you die, you're beyond experience. You stop experiencing. We're experiencing. Consciousness is experiencing life as separate beings, but once you die, you're back out of experience. So it was an interesting way of looking at it. So if that Lewis had a hit you, it would be my experience then, not yours, because I'd be thinking about you being gone, but you'd be back in the everything. That's how I see it.
Right, so this is very interesting. How do you view like Alzheimer's or dementia then? Because if you lose your mind completely, are you only alive in the memory of everybody else?
That's an interesting way of putting it. They do talk about it in the Law of One and stuff, and they say that it's more to do with we have a society now where life it's taken as failure to lose life. So people are kept alive with drugs and stuff, and so they say that it's like a kind of direct correlation to that, and that the soul has kind of already left in a lot of ways, and it's just the body is just hanging on a bit more.
Yeah,
So yeah, no, it makes sense. We see in the West especially that life is something that has to be held on to, like that it's some tragedy when life ends, and that's the way we see it as a culture. But in a lot of other cultures, and in reality, in my view, it's just like the minute you're born, you're destined to die. So why are we so intent to try and hold on to it as much?
So wear what you want, folks.
So
wear what you want.
So be a cowboy, be an Indian, be Uncle Sam.
I want you to wear what you want.
Yeah, be a capitalist, be a man, be a woman, be somewhere in between. You can be whoever you want, whenever you want to be, but try and be kind. That's what we'd say.
Be sound.
Be sound.
God, do you know something? When we went and bought these costumes, we're not going to out the shop but they were selling fireworks.
Yeah.
And
Very interesting, wasn't it? That was the duality collapse.
And it was in Dublin, and it was in a reputable place. It wasn't
wasn't.
like a back street or
No, it wasn't.
It was, they were selling Roman candles. I was like, Jim, there's fireworks.
Unless someone being bold just went in and left the fireworks there.
11-year-old me was...
It brought you back to that moment when you were 11. You remember that Roman candle. But I remember, we used to go around the bonfire, and people used to get rockets and put them in bottles and shoot them at each other, and then throwing bangers at each other and all. Like, so there was no health and safety.
We used to play a game where we used to break the stick up a rocket.
Yeah.
I think it was called a Sonic FX. and you break the stick off it, and you light it, and you just drop it on the ground, and everybody runs. And that's going anywhere, because there's no stick on it, so it just...
Yeah.
But we just light it, everybody stand, drop it on the ground, and run. And when you think about how dangerous that is...
I know, yeah.
It's like the lads who just fire arrows up into the air and all ways.
Yeah. That's like, yeah. What was that on? I've seen that recently.
I seen it on TikTok.
Yeah, people just shooting arrows up in the air and then waiting underneath. You also wonder, you know what I wonder sometimes? Do you ever see, like, in the Middle East when they celebrate and they shoot bullets up in the air? Where are they landing?
Do you know boys that are dancing and like they're and they shoot the ground and then shoot the sky and then shoot the ground and all?
Yeah.
Mad bastards.
Yeah, where's them bullets landing?
You'd be unfortunate.
It'd be unfortunate. There was a I want to say it was like a, you know those detective shows and like what's it called? You know the ones that always people used to watch where it's like a
CSI.
CSI, yeah. There was a CSI I remember where somebody shot a gun up in the air celebrating. They found someone dead, and then after like the investigation, they found that the bullet came from a weird angle like this, and then they eventually got back to someone shot a gun celebrating something across the way, and it went and hit someone in the back garden. That's the only time I've ever seen any real consequences for that. I've never heard of anyone else getting hit by a falling bullet. Have you? In the comments.
Throw it into the comments. Let us know what the crack is.
Yeah.
We have a busy November, hopefully. So
yeah, busy November. Run up to Christmas now. We're getting into Halloween. Do you know there's about 3 or 4 houses as I drive from here to my own house that have Christmas lights up already.
No way.
Yeah. Not even Halloween. They just skipped Halloween straight to the Christmas.
That's what Garen Noon was saying last week about the Temple Bar.
Yeah.
He had a big rant about the Temple Bar, saying that there are Christmas lights up before Halloween. He was like, if Chinese people come to Ireland, they're going to think they've moved forward in a time machine 6 fucking weeks.
Oh, I'm going to get
Plenty of time for Christmas.
Plenty of time for Christmas, yeah.
Let's have Halloween first.
One thing at a time. Let's be present. But in a way, I kind of understand it, because if you're doing something elaborate for Christmas, you don't want to be putting it up for 2 weeks and then taking it down.
I know, but you do it in the middle of November or the end of November.
Yeah,
like
you
got 4 weeks out of it.
Yeah.
But
yeah,
I think 2 months of Christmas is too much.
Yeah. Well, depends if you love Christmas. I love Christmas.
I love Christmas, but I love Christmas week.
Yeah.
I love Christmas
Too much
week.
of anything is a bad thing, you know?
I love Christmas week, and I'll tell you something. I love Christmas Eve.
Yeah?
Christmas Eve, if I have my shopping done and I don't have to do any last minute shite and just have a few pints,
Yeah.
talk shite to people I haven't seen in ages. Christmas Eve's deadly.
Yeah. I haven't had a Christmas Eve like that in a while. It's always getting stuff ready for Christmas and getting for kids and stuff. It's a different vibe. I did have, once the older kids were older, and then before I had the new baby, I did have a couple of nice Christmas Eves in the pub. But it's great. It's great. I've done a lot of gigs on Christmas Eve as well. So yeah, haven't had many Christmas Eve nights out now.
This year.
This year, maybe this year. Yeah, probably not. But
It was not even a night out. I like just going out in the evening.
yeah, just gone out for the 1 or 2.
A
Yeah.
few pints, back home.
Well, that's it. We're probably sensible enough now, Sam, that we could just go for the few pints. We could just go for the few pints.
Yeah, of course we are, Jim.
We could just go for the few pints and we wouldn't be shooting arrows and guns at each other.
Yeah, no, we've definitely proven that. Yeah. Alcohol's back on 0 again. I drank again last night.
Yeah, he's back on 0 again.
For anybody who's listened to last week's episode, it's back on 0 again.
I did my gig the other night and came home and drank 2 bottles of wine. So,
and we were both up at the same time.
and we were both up
6 o'clock in the morning.
talking at 6 o'clock in the morning. We were, yeah. So you know, we've all got our weaknesses. But I'm on one because I didn't drink yesterday and I won't drink tonight.
Oh.
But you're going to watch Arsenal tonight.
I'm going to watch Arsenal, but I'm not going to drink.
No? Uncle Sam and his promises, huh?
Oh. I have a night off in Arsenal playing, so I might have won.
I just have one, a little tipple. Sure, you have to have a little tipple, sure, you know.
I might have won.
Why not? Back in the Champions League. So let us know what you are doing for Halloween. Let us know what you're dressing up as. Let us know about the traditions that your house have done, does do, used to do. What's changed since you were younger? Is it one of your favourite holidays? Is it something that you're a bit meh about? Yeah, let us know what you think.
Well, I tell you, just funny enough, when I remember this. So, my dad's family, the whole family are from. So my mum's side from Cavan, but my dad's family from Ballymun.
Right.
I spent a lot of Halloweens in Ballymun growing up.
Yeah, what was that like? That was a bit a lot of fireworks now.
Wild, and that's just what I mean. I remember like these were class. I spent a lot of summers in Ballymun, and I mean like they were the best summers of my life.
Yeah,
like
for a wild child,
just
Ballymun back in the day.
Unbelievable. I'd go back to Cavan, the most streetwise child in the county at the end of every summer, like because my dad would get me for the summer, and I'd be up in Ballymun, and then I'd be back to Cavan then for the beginning of the school year. And just I come back with a Dublin accent and all.
Yeah. That's a bit like me. Wherever I go, I always take on the accent, even if I'm only somewhere for 2 weeks. Like even if I'm in Australia, like I started, you just slowly hear it change in my accent. I'm like a shapeshifter into the accent wherever I was. When I was younger, I used to have a much posher accent because I used to we went to a private school for a few years and all. And I used to have like how's it going? Like that, I would have sounded a lot more like that.
Would you?
Yeah, absolutely.
Right?
Yeah. So it's changed.
Tarquin.
It's changed over the years, and then probably when I was a bit older and resented, like coming from a family that was middle class, I probably put the accent more towards a more Dublin type accent, and now it's kind of somewhere in the middle. So
it's a nice accent now.
It's always changing. But sure, look. Aren't we all always changing?
Because if you come in here and you're like, we're absolutely sending it, Philip, I'd be like, good luck.
Yeah.
No,
High-nose. Dynamites and horseplay, yo. But, yeah, so no, I speak like Big Chief. So, yeah, the Native Americans were, we'll
do all that in our Thanksgiving episode. Hold on to the costume.
Yeah. We could actually do a Thanksgiving episode as well. What? Do you want to see us doing a Thanksgiving episode in this thing? What?
Well,
tell us about what Thanksgiving actually is, Americans, because we're not too sure. We know it's something to do with pilgrims and turkey. That's all we really know.
We're not going to tell you anything, but my costume has a double meaning in terms of America that we're.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm feeling a bit I'm feeling a bit of anger towards America at the moment.
All right. This is a political thing.
Yeah, let's say that.
Uncle Sam hating America. Uncle Sam angry with America.
Let's just say that.
That's because the people aren't listening to the propaganda anymore, Sam. Yeah, you're not going to have your own way forever, Sam. He wants you, but you don't have to want him back.
Very good.
Yeah.
Like that.
So that's just our short little Halloween episode special for you. I hope you have a great Halloween. Look after yourselves and each other. Remember that
the dualities are collapsing.
remember that at your core, you're every character that's ever been or thought of. And that's it for the Halloween special of the Temple Bard podcast. Stay bold, sláinte, and don't be throwing fireworks.